flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We don't have anything for community forum today. No conflict of interest declarations. Did I get a motion to adopt the agenda?
And then I did add that
With
red.
the change that's noted in red.
Motion.
Jamie, second?
Second.
Brooke, all in favor? Agenda has been adopted. Administrative reports, I guess I'll have Amy go first.
I really didn't put anything together, but I did have one thing I was missing off of the agenda. When we do the budget hearing next month, do you guys want to do the budget meeting at 5:30 or at 5? Budget meeting at 5:30 with a meeting at 6?
Oh, yeah. Next month, when we move the meeting again? Yes, please. I'm sorry. After
Sure.
next month is the
Okay.
last day of softball.
I'm gonna have to check with Wanda, because a lot of times they do their mixers on Tuesday.
Sorry.
But let me check with her.
Okay, so we'll email on a date, and then, do you guys prefer the 5 and 5:30 or 5:30 and 6? It doesn't matter what time to start. We can start at 5:30 and
I
just do
like
the
the
budget.
5:30.
We can do 5:30
Yeah.
and then do our regular meeting at 6.
Yep.
Is that everybody?
The budget hearing?
Full board?
Yeah. And whoever, anyone else that wants it.
So you didn't have anything else?
That was wrong. And then you can, in there, second page is Lindsay's report, which
Okay.
it wasn't much.
Yeah. Anything you want to add, Leslie, as our incoming? You're still getting used to everything?
Yes.
And good, we'll have to get her a badge and everything. We're happy
We
done
did that today.
All right, perfect.
Put a couple boxes in.
Awesome. Mid-Central report, anything?
No.
Core?
Nothing, there's the comprehensive plan that's at the bottom here. I looked at it, I think everybody had it in their email, right? But yeah. The other thing is on Title IX, it still has Mrs. BK and Lindsay listed. So I don't know who changes.
I have to get that changed.
Okay.
Just waiting for the new ones, so.
Yeah.
Gotcha, okay. Any committee reports? That's one thing, I talked with Brian Woodruff on buses for windshields. Sounds like we have to get a couple windshields replaced. I think, what did you say, they're around $800-900? But when they're doing their inspection, they said, I think it was
I think so.
two of them, I think they were gonna replace, so.
The ones that we needed to replace to pass inspection.
Yeah, and it sounds like there's going to be a shortage in the windshields, so the foreman said they only had 25 windshields left, something like that, and they were having a tough time getting them, so I thought, even if it's close to failing, let's just get them.
Gary Zell can't source that kid.
I
He
don't-
talked to somebody, and that might be who, somebody in Huron about it, and basically they're buying them from Foreman's.
Okay.
And they weren't getting back for a price because they were telling us.
Okay. Well, anything else going into that? We did have, on the spraying, I see Arnie's out there spraying today.
Yes.
I did get a call from the Worcester Walls done, wanted us to get that done, but.
He had
Yes.
broke down, already had, and got it going again.
Okay, so that is getting done right as we speak.
Is he doing everything? Or just certain areas?
I think he did everything last year.
I think he's doing everything he did last year, which is, I don't know.
But yeah,
Okay, can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda?
so
Tara, second?
Second.
Mason, all in favor?
Right.
Motion passed. All right. I'll go over the bid on that minibus, or, this is this the one that we got? And this is for the ADA compliant one, correct?
Yep, and it should be, it has, this one would come with the seat, the extra seats, it could be the 14 plus 1, or you take the seat out, be like 13 plus 2. So then we could run it as a regular and then take the seat out.
And this is a 2023 with under 40,000 miles, what it says, with the bid of $84,000. (2023) 12 plus 1 Chevy Bluebird, under 40,000 miles. Bus does have an extra seat that can be installed for 14 passengers. It's probably the best deal we're gonna get, isn't it, Amy?
Yeah,
And we're all positive it's what we're gonna be needing.
at one point, yes. And so I like where it comes with extra seats, so we can run it as a minibus, where that would come in handy sometimes.
We had-
Because I know at the end of the school year last year, we're sometimes still running the van and the Suburban, the other two.
Okay.
Does this come out of 24 or 25 budget? This year or next year?
This year's, which I'm hoping to finish up some of my ESSER money.
Okay. There's still a little bit left.
They have this one on hand. So,
So when would we have it?
like, so we should be able to,
We'd have a place to start school.
I think so. I hope I understood.
Okay.
But yes, they have it now, so we should be able to get it this summer. I suppose that, we'll, hopefully they can get the, school name on it. So.
Okay. Well, it's something we have to have.
Listen to these.
And I like the fact that we can put the seat in there. Because we always.
Use the minibus until we have to have it.
Exactly.
Or when we can't, when we don't need it? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, well, can I get a motion to approve the bid?
Motion.
Ashley? Second?
Second.
Brooke? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Do you want the track and field update? I didn't get the chance to read through everything. So-
Well, I didn't pull, I printed it off.
Okay.
Okay, so,
Is it in here?
no,
Oh.
I'm trying to figure out how to totally explain this, so just.
So, we met with Jamie, myself, Dave, Amy, met with Pitts Construction, I can't remember his name off the top of my
Yeah,
head.
Jim,
But-
is this name Jim?
Okay, why can't I? We went and looked at everything as far as the playground, you know, how we wanted to set up the track and the football field. You know, definitely as far as the football field, he was thinking we could maybe just strip that middle 20 yards instead of doing the whole football field, if all we have to do is to fill out the crown, because on the outsides is actually still in pretty good shape. And then they would be able to strip that, and then we just bring out the sprinklers as we needed. And it would cut the cost considerably from the initial quote, instead of having to go everything. You know, most of your football is played in the middle anyway, and that crown is gone, so if we could get by doing that, you know, they're gonna have to run a couple surveys just to make sure that that's what they're looking at, but it knocked it probably a third of what initially was talking about. And we would get everything we want, you know, we could even sod it at that point, just to have it ready. The track, same thing, they're just gonna have to get it set up, and I think, did we send them our sketch yet? or-
No, so basically, because we really haven't signed them on,
Right,
and so that's what we're, seeing what your guys is wanting to do. Basically, Pitts is the the one that did this building and they did the other building. And, at that time, you could have your engineer and your construction manager all be the same thing. And then the law changed, and so now you can't have the construction manager also be the engineer. So that's what we had talked about too. As far as then they would like to, as a construction manager, if we would hire them to be our construction manager, then they would also like us to run RFP. So then that opens it up so they can also bid on the project too, on different areas, because they're the ones that would break it down into areas. They would be the ones that would write the bids, so that we had everything we needed in it. They're the ones that did Hanson School. But I told them I wasn't gonna run that in the paper until I talked to you guys, because I didn't wanna do that and then find out you guys don't want to do that. And then he also gave me some letters that I can send to, there's 2 different, engineering companies that they've worked with before. We haven't worked with either one of them, because Pitts did it all before. And I could send out, some to both of them too.
Schmucker Paul and Norman, who was the other one, or SPN, and
DRG.
I've done work with both of them, and I could just talk to them and subbing me to do the drilling and the surveying and stuff, and then I can do that basically on the cheap, and that would knock a lot of that price off too.
Where are you?
But
Where are you?
I don't have time. But I do have surveyors and drill rigs and stuff where I could do that physical part, but that might be a conflict of interest.
No, you won't be able to run anymore.
I'm sticking with that. But, we can just do a contingent that, you know, we try and use as much local contractors as we can, and then, because the drilling's where they get you, and I have 2 drill rigs, so I can get Jamie in, he and I will knock it out in a couple of weeks. Yeah, but that was probably the best way to go. I mean, they're both good, they've been around a long time.
But yeah, he sent me a sample letter that we could send to them, so they could send back the proposal and I'll have you look at it, so make sure that.
It's just a proposal. I'd be happy to talk to them too.
But I guess, the big thing was looking for, is this what we wanna do? Do you want me to go ahead and run this for, Pitts, so they, or we want to hire them as a construction manager like we've done in the past, and then put this out there so they can bid on part of it if they're interested. Like I said, they have done a few projects, Hanson, and I forget what other school. Where they've done the track and the football fields.
So at Hanson, they did a turf football field, they did a full stadium, they did the track, and it was around $4 million.
And they had to move it.
And they had, basically from
Yes, they did
scratch.
that one.
So
Yeah.
we could, if we just do like we were talking about with the football field, instead of a $700,000 playground, maybe we do a $400,000 playground, and that would still cover a lot. He was kind of surprised over how high that their pole was. He said we could do much better than that, and still be ADA compliant. So I guess I would like to see what kind of cost they get. I mean, it's just a proposal. We're not agreeing to a cost with them, but I would sure like to get a second opinion on the cost compared to what we had before. Because as we said, if we can get to that 1.5 to 2, we can get a mill levy, I think, that we can sell to the public.
And they, when we did this building and we did the other building, they're, good to work with. They, come up with one thing, and we've always downsized it a little bit, but yet. They are also then the ones that, Kieran's been doing some, redoing some stuff too, and they're the ones that are overseeing that stuff too, so.
So let me just make sure, they'll give us a proposal that has numbers on it for us, and then we decide whether we wanna hire them, would do that before November and the vote.
That's what I think we need to get done. We need to get those numbers before the.
Right.
Right.
But we have to hire them to get the numbers, or they'll give it to us before we hire them? I mean, why, I'm asking like, why are we hiring them if it doesn't go through?
Right, no, I don't
Have
think,
anything
I don't
for
think
next
we
year.
would be hiring them. We would just be,
Okay.
it would just be a proposal that we could bring to the
They
public.
would get to us, okay.
Yeah. And then, because even with their proposal, we'll make changes to it.
Yeah, I think for sure we need that then.
You know, but we have to have something to start from besides management.
I was just confused when you were asking for the paper, and I just wanted to make sure we weren't hiring before we,
We just want
No, we're
authorization
going
to
forward.
get,
yes.
you know, do we want to look at somebody else besides?
Sure, yeah,
You know,
I would like to see the numbers, so.
Well, and that's what, the big thing is, if that's who we're looking at going through for a construction ad manager, if we go through this, then, that's where then I have to start with the bid thing, you know, and that all takes time too. So, you know, if we wanna go ahead, I mean, we can advertise for the bids and stuff, that doesn't mean, basically, they're just, answering the questions of, description of experience and performance of 3 comparable projects completed, provide details of your tools, provide information regarding your firm's bonding capacity, provide any additional information. So basically, this is just getting their information, so it's not really a price tag on that I can tell. It's just the formality so that then they can, so then when we come up with the plans and all, then they're the ones that write up all the, you know, like, they will bid, write up the specs, eight lane track, you know, and everything that has to go with it, you know, submit your bids. Submit your bids,
ideally,
and they open them up, and they're the ones that make sure.
So truly, Pitts is the one who, we don't handle any of that then?
No,
We would just tell them that this is, like, we would tell them what we want and they handle it.
okay, that was basically how they built it, you know, we approved, this is, you know, we wanted the 4 classrooms, you know. Remember then, like, in the commons, you know, original plan was to have 2 doors getting into the commons, and it was a little bit bigger of a, stage, and we downsized that stuff before all the bids were sent out.
ideally, we could have some numbers by, say, homecoming, and then we can really go to the public and say, hey, this is what we're looking at. It's not $4 million, it's not $3 million, it's not $2 million, it's this. And your taxes will drop come December 25. So, I mean, that's the way I see it. Get the numbers and then work our way backwards. $4 million is just not, we're not in the picture. So are we okay to go ahead and start putting Riley and Leslie and Amy going forward? Perfect.
I'm just suggesting something like this over all of us giving our own opinion of how to do it. 2 years later, find out that we really screwed it up. Because none of us are experts on it.
They've done it several times, so they know what it's gonna take to get it here. And I still think we're in an optimum situation, because in December of 25, that gym comes off. So it really puts us in an enviable position if we can present it as such to the public. Okay, we don't need a motion for that, we just go ahead and.
Yeah, we can go ahead and do it. I just didn't want to do it and then everybody's questioning me why.
Chamber membership, she could have been here last night, but we had some board members not able to be here. So I had set her up for July 8th, but I will have to check and see if July 9th will work for her.
This is the last time.
It's for the kids, it's for the kids.
So we'll tentatively plan for her to show up on July 9th to go over the benefits of joining the chamber.
Okay.
CTE grant. That is exciting news. But, what did Riley else say on that? the other schools have signed this.
Yeah.
It sounds like. So,
And I sent you guys I emailed it, and then in here is basically the proposal.
so Riley said all the other school districts, as of right now, have agreed to this. That's us, Hitchcock, Sanborn, and Huron. Yes, because it's, I was just going through everything. Yeah, I would like a motion to allow me to have Amy and I to sign into our contract with the shared services with Huron, Hitchcock, Sanborn. That's what I'm looking for, I guess. I don't want it to be unilateral, me signing something. I would prefer you guys say, okay, Jim and Amy, go ahead and sign this.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Tara. Second.
Second.
Mason, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Okay. Do you have one for me to sign then?
I do.
Okay, that's signed afterwards. Core comprehensive plan, 24, 25. What is that? Tell us who you brought that. You did?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're just mentioning the core meeting,
Okay.
that it's,
I don't, it's more to the meeting.
yeah, it's just,
So, he said, okay. The additions are highlighted in yellow. I think it didn't come out colored. did it?
Yeah.
There really hasn't been, according to this, there's really just been one change. It's nothing substantial, but it's a topic that has been discussed during district reviews with the RDA team. The additions are highlighted in yellow. So it must have something to do with IEP transfer students in and out of state. And every year you guys approve the comprehend, so it's also just a formality.
Okay. Do you see any issues with it, Amy? And this is just going to be put into our policy or our
Well, to the cores.
orders? We have to
Well, then
approve
we
it?
have a copy of
Do we
it.
have to approve it for us?
Yes.
then? Can I get a motion to approve the core comprehensive plan 2024, 2025?
I'll make a motion.
Brooke? Is there a second? Tara, all in favor? Opposed? Motion passed. Approved contracts. We have interviewed one person for our egg position, and sounds like we're gonna have one more applicant. So we wanna get them interviewed, or always make sure we're gonna do the interview with them first. We did interview Brian, who is already on in maintenance, and Dave said he would be wonderful as the maintenance supervisor. And he's already been acting at that for the last month, so. We need to put the amount that we talked about. So, he was currently at, at 1890, and we split the difference between what he's at now and what Dave was at, which would be at $20.40. We figured that was a fair gets back from guards, we're gonna get a list of what actual duties along with Riley is gonna be his. And Steve ended up, had a lot of stuff going in. So, I guess I would be looking for a motion to approve Brian Woodruff as the head maintenance for the rate of $20.40 per hour.
Motion.
Okay, Brooke, can I get a second?
Second.
Jamie, all in favor? Opposed? Motion passed.
Are we looking for another still?
Yes,
For another
we,
person,
yep,
right?
and we have, we're looking for a janitor and 2 paras. We have 1 para applicant so far. And then a couple other things that we'll talk about in executive session. But school calendar, homecoming. We're looking at September 6th. Instead of what was listed, we have home volleyball games that week, we have home football. It just works best with the schedule over that September 20th.
So the one we approved in the original calendar, it's an away football.
Yeah.
And we can have coordination on a different night, right? Or we can have coordination, we'll just have them for a different night.
It'll just be that week will be homecoming week instead of.
Because we don't, that's the week we don't have school on Monday? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
That was Riley's recommendation, we said, let's just go get it over with, it's a short week, and I think we had 2 home volleyball games that week, like Austin was saying. So, that's a change that we're gonna have to make, or we don't have to make, but I guess I would like to see made to the schedule, just have a home football game. It's not a necessity, but it's often nice to have a home football game. We're gonna have
I think
You
it's
do that,
Okay, well, can I get a
I know.
motion to make that change to the calendar?
Ashley.
I'll second.
I second.
Okay, Jamie,
Tara second.
Tara. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Okay, we have just a couple things in executive session. Thank you all.
Lexi, will you take this
Thank you.
too?
Do a motion.
Oh, yes, can I get a motion to go on executive session? 5:58. Tara?
Thank you. The pros must take it.
Thank you.
That's all
I'll
right.
be in touch. There's some things tonight I'll probably have to explain to you. As well as possible, so.
I'll be here for a while.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, please, thank you.
So she's not going to, she can't.
Okay, we're back in session. Based on our executive session, I am going to make a motion that these 7 individuals I'm going to name get a $400 stipend for all the work that they did following the administrative leave of our superintendent. Every one of them went above and beyond and did a lot of extra things, a lot of them at my behest, and what the school needed to get us through these last couple of months. So my motion is for Dave Jensen, Kathy Stevens, Lindsay Hyder, Julie Boomsma, Carrie Zomer, Brandon Kelsey, and Amy Langby get a stipend of $400 each for their services. Tara, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So much.
Tara and Brooke, all in favor? Opposed?